No matter what the crop or when the harvest, farmers are always looking for ways to increase the yield and control the costs. After all, higher production costs for them can mean higher prices for you at the grocery store. Pat found a family-owned commercial fishing operation in New Jersey that's working hard to change with the times and fight off foreign competition.
Monkfish and bluefish are the catches of the day on this June morning off the coast of New Jersey. All this activity is taking place at the historic dock known as Viking Village. The seaport town of Barnegat Light is one of the largest suppliers of seafood on the eastern seaboard. Nearly 5 million pounds are packed out over the commercial dock each year.
Our seafood mainly goes from Boston, New Bedford, New York, Philadelphia, and Baltimore, and a lot of little spots in between.
John Larson, otherwise known as Captain John, is a key player in New Jersey's prosperous commercial fishing industry. The rich Atlantic waters here produce an average of about 90 million metric tons of fish each year, a harvest that's worth $100 million or more to the state's economy. The top species is sea scallops, which brings in more than $88 million a year. At Viking Village, the yearly catch is more than 500,000 pounds. The boats are out for 8 to 10 days. Fishermen tow the ocean floor with a chain mesh that after a period of time is winched on board and the scallops removed from the shells.
These are all my boats here, these dark red ones.
Captain John's part owner of the operation, and that's not by accident. He was born here in 1933 when his dad was already a partner in the business.
When my father was a fisherman here, they could go out and catch porgies and they get a nickel a pound for them. Now porgies are almost $1 a pound.
A group of Scandinavians who immigrated here in the 1920s originally called this independent dock. They came here to Barnegat Light because it reminded them so much of their homeland, where they were also fishermen. And over the decades, many types of seafood have been caught here, from scallops to swordfish.
Today, Viking Village boats are independently owned, but the fishermen use the dock for packing, marketing, and selling their catch.
The water looks good.
And since 1989, the person responsible for that, as well as day-to-day operations, is Viking Village General Manager ERNIE PANACEK. ERNIE, who's also Captain John's son-in-law, says he's watched the dock grow from a handful of boats to a fleet of nearly 40, and at its busiest, some 350 employees.
You need to be prepared in many, many different ways to handle big volumes of fish very quickly, or handle small trips in a market that's very demanding.
Those are things commercial fisherman Kevin WARK says are a big help.
They do a real nice job with it. You know, they're capable of marketing the fish in other areas that we were never. You know, we would just basically have one good customer and you hope that he was going to do the right thing for you.
To keep Viking Village competitive in a very competitive industry, ERNIE recently oversaw a $4 million renovation of the dock, including an improved refrigeration system.
If we don't keep the fish properly chilled, you know, it's not only is it a health issue, but it's a quality issue.
ERNIE says his fishermen take pride in a quality catch and in being leaders in an effort to fish responsibly so that stocks are maintained and there's the least impact on the environment. In 2002, ERNIE and his wife KRIS Larson, who happens to be Captain John's daughter, opened up a little restaurant called Viking Fresh Off the Hook.
We wanted to provide the public with what really is classified as fresh seafood. I mean, those scallops come off the boat. They're still kicking.
KRIS and her crew cooked up 2 dishes for us. The first, skewers of grilled scallops with a teriyaki glaze and a Japanese coleslaw. The second dish, a seared tuna, which demands the highest quality fish.
We seared that just on the outside to maintain the raw, moist flavor on the inside. Had a little Cajun spice on it to give it a little zip. It was served with a seaweed salad.
Her secret? Prepare the fish simply so you don't mask the flavor and don't overcook. Of course, in this kitchen there's a big advantage. An ample supply of fresh fish is just steps away. The open sea, off the shore of the Garden State.